Okay, so uh, where was I? Halfway through. Oh, part Y. Okay, part Y. The hairy part basically. Wait, let me show you the picture. Okay, so the hairy part is dendrite. Yeah, there you go, dendrite. And then the next question is actually asking for one function. Okay, I have the function here, but I don't think we can copy exactly as this one because if you read through the function, says dendrites are the nerve fiber that receive nerve impulses from other neuron to external environment, from external environment, and then send it to the cell body. Send it to the cell body. But if you take a look again, this dendrite, right, actually takes impulse from the cell body. You're not actually sending to the cell body. So we kind of have to terbalik the answer a bit to fit this, because the dendrite, this one, the answer of this dendrite, right, is actually cater for this one. So if you are dendrite from motor neuron, then you receive nerve impulses from other neuron, which is the one that is before motor, which is called relay, and then you send it to the cell body, right? So let me just make another sentence for you instead. So can we write it down now? Okay, shall we? That's your answer for B2, yeah? So you can write the answer down, right? Okay, you can write dendrite transmit. So I'll type at the meantime as well. Okay, so dendrite transmit impulses. Dendrite transmit impulses from the cell body to the central nervous system. Okay, there you go in your chat box, everybody, in your chat box. Dendrite transmit impulses from the cell body, which is the head, to the next, which is relay neuron, and also which is the central nervous system, right? Because relay neuron are found in brain and spinal cord, and hence it is also called the central nervous system. Okay, no problem. That's your answer for the function of Y. Okay, then name part X. Everyone ready for part X? So part X will be very easy, the first part of your neuron that has to be your receptor. Yeah, everyone, receptor. The first part that receives the stimuli. That means to receive the feeling from the outside, maybe like heat, cold, pain, touch, light, sight, hearing, and all that. That is called the stimuli. So I think that's your next question now. You're done with receptor, right? Question C1. So C2, function of X. Okay, so ready? So you wanna write the word stimulus. Okay, something you learn in Form 1 and Form 2 and Form 3, but not here. So we kind of have to use your old syllabus or knowledge to accommodate. Because if you refer here, we don't have even your textbook also doesn't give you the function for receptor as well. So shall we? So you can write to receive stimuli. STIMULI, stimuli from the surrounding, and transmit impulses to sensory neuron, which is the first neuron in your chat box, everyone. Okay, everyone, no problem. Function of receptor. Stimuli means the senses. All right, then let's go to question D, shall we? Okay, maybe 5 more seconds for everyone. Okay, let's do this. Right, question D, mark the location of this neuron in the diagram. So this neuron basically means sensory neuron. So you have to mark the location. Actually not asking you to write down the names of it. So asking to mark where it is. So actually very straightforward. Remember you have 5 steps, right? The first is receptor to help you to detect stimuli, and then that's the first neuron, sensory neuron. So this is the position that it should be. So you put a tick at the second box actually. Okay, so then central nervous system, and then you have your motor neuron. If you remember, well, for the sake of revision, just to get you through the full 5 steps here we have. So receptor, followed by sensory neuron, which is the one that we're doing now. And then central nervous system, which is relay neuron, just in case you forgot. Relay neuron, which is brain and spinal cord. Okay. And then you have motor neuron here. Okay, motor neuron. Okay, and then you have effector, the last one. Very simple, straightforward. Okay, no problem. Okay, there you go. Of course, we're doing touch and go lah. If you want more details, you should actually just read through and try out the next question that I have for you. So I'm gonna skip question number 2, and that's for you. Okay. And I think the next we will go for reflex action. Okay, the next very famous question is called reflex. So reflex are automatic and fast. So why automatic and fast? Because it does not involve thinking. That means it does not involve your brain. Because if it involves your brain, it will be very slow, and probably you hurt yourself already. So the importance of reflex is to protect us from dangerous situations or injury. The pathway is basically the same. So you will have 5 steps as well, starting with receptor, okay, and then to sensory, and then to relay, which is the spinal cord, okay, and then to motor, and then to effector. Still 5 steps. And I mentioned spinal cord just now because reflex is controlled by spinal cord, not the brain. Like I said, if you ask the brain for decision, you hurt yourself already. So we transfer to, the boss of reflex, or the one who decide, is actually the spinal cord, not the brain, remember. So the sequence, often you will say spinal cord instead of central nervous system. So that means this one, I would change it to spinal cord. Okay, now this is like a 7 boxes or 7 sequence, which rarely we write synapse actually. Like what you did just now was just 5. Synapse, when to write synapse, I actually don't need to write synapse one unless question purposely gives you 7 boxes and force you to fill up, then you write synapse. If it's just 5, or if the question did not say or did not give you any boxes, just lines, then you shouldn't write synapse into it. Just write the 5 steps will do. Okay, this could be CNS if it's a normal action. If it's a reflex action, then it's better you write spinal cord. Okay, because it's controlled by spinal cord. And there's a very special reflex that we have here, which does not involve the relay neuron. That means you skip the neuron straight from sensory skip to motor. That's called knee jerk. Knee jerk does not contain or does not use relay neuron to actually transfer. Okay, so that means it's down to 4 steps now for knee jerk, which is receptor, sensory, motor, effector. So you skip relay neuron. Okay, shall we? Let's try, everybody. Let's turn to page 26, question 3. Right, let's go. Question 3. Okay, obviously this is a knee jerk, and you need to fill up the name of P and Q. Now, P and Q looks like muscle to you, right? It looks like muscle to me as well. But this is a proper reflex action flow, so I'm guessing we still follow the same step. So if you look closely to this, it has arrow. You know what, since we're here, let's draw the arrow also to show the direction. A question might ask you to draw sometimes, but there is already arrow here, but I think too tiny. Let's just draw one time for practice purposes. So new impulses starts from P, right? So it comes in through your sensory neuron. If you realize there's like a head here, there's like a head. This is a sensory neuron, okay? So continue, arrow going in, turn around, coming out, and then to Q. And hence, P and Q make sense to you now because you might be thinking, oh, muscle, muscle. I mean, what's the point of writing both muscle, right? So now let's be specific. P must be the first thing before sensory. So it will be relay neuron. No, wait, I'm talking about wake up. What focus? P is receptor, everyone. Receptor. Okay? P, which is also muscle, basically. Q is the last one after your motor. Neuron Y, I think it's your motor. Then it will be your effector. Effector, okay? Effector. Can? All right, there you go. B, everyone. Predict what will happen when knee was tapped by the hammer. So when, I mean, for real, if doctor tap on the kneecap, what happened? A lot of people will say, oh, knee jerk. Honestly, do you see your knee jerk? I mean, do you really have jerking on your knee? That's actually just the name. But what really happens when you tap on the kneecap, right, is actually your leg that jerk upwards or kick upwards. And what really jerking is actually your leg, not the knee. So a lot of people might write knee jerk, but let me tell you now, it's never going to be knee jerk. Knee jerk is just the name of the reflex. You should actually just write the leg kick. So like everyone, you should say the leg of the person kick upwards. Okay, the leg of the person kick upwards, or the leg of the person jerk upwards. Also can. Also can. Okay, like I'm pretty sure everyone knows answer for C. Can you help yourself? The neuron X and Y, please distinguish them by yourself. Very straightforward. We'll go to question D for the next one. Okay, everyone. All right, what type of action is in diagram above? Well, it's a knee jerk. So the action is under what title that we're talking about now? Yeah, it's under reflex action. Okay, that's the title or the action. Knee jerk is just an example. We don't actually write knee jerk one. Okay, we write reflex action. Okay, question E. State the impulse pathway. Okay, for you, everyone, lie. Remember, this is knee jerk. Something is missing one. One neuron is missing one. You right? Don't tell me you don't know. You must know. Okay, one neuron is actually missing. Okay. So 4 steps, everyone. Receptor, sensory neuron, motor neuron, effector. Did you do the sequence by drawing arrow, arrow, arrow? Don't do comma. I think comma is inappropriate for sequence, you know. So we do arrow, arrow, arrow. Okay, 4 steps. No problem. Question F, everyone. State the nervous system that involved in the action above. Okay, that means question is asking who control this action, or I shall say who control reflex. You know what I mean? So the boss of reflex, yeah, it's called spinal cord. Okay, so there you go. Spinal cord is your answer. Give 2 actions or two example of this action result in a type of response. I mean, give two more reflex lah. Example of reflex lah. You know, like touching something hot, step on something sharp, those are the examples of reflex we have. So since we have knee jerk already, let's not use knee jerk again. Maybe let's go for touching something hot, or like lifting up your leg when you step on sharp object. So those are the common ones that we use lah, or you learn lah. So like everyone in your chat box, I have two examples for you, and those are very common examples that you should memorize. I mean, you should memorize, not a good word for you, right? You should remember. Okay. No problem. Okay, like we shall move on to the next part. So after reflex, the next part, okay, I want to go for proprioceptor, like proprioceptor. Proprioceptor, everyone. Okay, 5 more seconds for everyone. Copy up your answers. Okay, like proprioceptors. Did you know? Remember, you have a lot of receptors, right? Like your eye has receptor, your ears have receptor, your nose has receptors, your tongue has receptors, your skin has receptors. And proprioceptors is actually a type of receptor. And the sense of this receptor is not sense of sight, it's not sense of hearing, it's not sense of smell, it's not sense of taste, it's not sense of touch. It's called sense of kinesthetic. Okay, make things clear. So what is kinesthetic sense? Kinesthetic sense is sensitive towards tension, pressure, movement, stretching of muscle. Like your eye, your receptor sense of sight is sensitive to light. The stimuli is light. Your tongue is sensitive to chemical. Chemical stimulate your tongue. Your ear is sensitive to sound, sense of hearing. Your nose is sensitive to chemicals, sense of smell. So your proprioceptors is sensitive towards tension, pressure, movement, and stretching of your muscle. It's called kinesthetic sense. So all these four, right, is actually for your movement now. So proprioceptors are actually very wide. It's actually everywhere on your body. So the four locations you have proprioceptors will be muscle. It's already your whole body, dude. Everyone, muscle is actually a whole body. And then joint, ligaments, and tendons. Tendons are like ligaments are like the connection between two bones. Tendons are like those. Yeah, you can look at the picture, like the white color rubber band that gives you movement, that attach your muscles to your bones. So those are called ligaments. Okay. All right, and the two functions of proprioceptors is to maintain your balance and to control your muscular activity. There you go. So you're actually using proprioceptors every now and then. Even right now, like when you're using your hand to write things down, to highlight, or you're even sitting on your chair to make sure your body is balanced and you're not falling apart, that is already proprioceptors. So actions that control by proprioceptors, including all the actions that you do every day, and muscle memory, everyone. Okay, like for example, typing on keyboard without looking, buttoning shirt without looking, tying shoelace without looking, playing piano without looking, strumming guitar without looking, cutting stuff without looking, like chefs and all that. So they are so used to it, it has become like a memory to their muscles. So it's actually proprioceptor who does it. Okay, again. Okay, like labeling. Lastly, this thing here, it's called nerve fiber. Nerve fiber is actually your sensory neuron. Because proprioceptor, remember everyone, it's a yes, correct. So it's a receptor. So receptor, the first thing after receptor is correct. Also called nerve fiber. Okay, I also call nerve fiber, sensory neuron, nerve fiber, sensory neuron, nerve fiber. Same thing. All right, everyone, let's roll to page 28. Okay, question 5, please write down for K. Okay, K, nerve fiber or sensory neuron. Okay, and let's turn to the next page, question B. State one structure in the human body other than muscle. Okay, there's 3 more parts, you know. Instead, can we write all 3 of them now for the sake of revision? So let's write all 3 other than muscles. So can you help yourself? Other than muscles, you have 3 more. Help yourself. And C as well. Question C, everyone, asking for function. 2 function. Ngam for 2 marks. Like for you, 2 questions now, right? It's from here. Okay, okay. All good? Okay, so the 4 areas, which is muscle joint, muscle cannot already, muscle joint, ligaments, and tendons, right? Okay, and then the function will be number 3 and number 4. So shouldn't be a problem. Okay, next one. Now, buttoning shirt, okay, and acrobat walking on a tightrope, those are both controlled by proprioceptors, and that's what D1 is asking for. What are the receptors? Receptor got me. I thought eye, nose. Remember, proprioceptors is also a kind of receptor. Okay, please include that. So there you go. Answer is proprioceptors for D1. Okay, what causes receptor in D1 trigger the impulse? That means asking what proprioceptors are sensitive to. You know, like your eyes are sensitive to light. So when light hits your eye makes or trigger impulse. So what causes the proprioceptors to trigger the impulse, which is the 4 things, right? Which is what? Proprioceptors sensitive towards tension, pressure, movement, and stretching of muscle. Like, there you go. This is your answer, half of it. Okay, that's what will trigger the impulse produced by proprioceptors. Okay, there you go. Okay, good, everyone. Right, next, shall we? Okay. Name the sensory involving in the receptor in D1. Name the sensory. They're the very weird name of sense, which is sense of kinesthetic, or I shall say kinesthetic sense, isn't it? Okay, there you go. Kinesthetic sense. All right, next. So, fill in the box with, okay, there's only 2 choices for you. It's either central nervous system and medulla oblongata, but if you think about it, go by kick-out method. What's the function of medulla? Medulla has nothing to do with this, right? Medulla is to control involuntary action. Nothing to do with proprioceptors, isn't it? So proprioceptors is actually controlled by your brain. But which part of the brain is actually the cerebellum? So I don't think it has to be with, I mean, there's nothing to do with medulla oblongata here. So I guess will be your central nervous system. Okay, central nervous system. Okay, no problem. G, give one example of another activity that involve, so many lah, you choose lah. Other than typing on keyboard, no, sorry, other than buttoning shirt, and the picture was what, acrobat walking on tightrope, so the rest should be fine, acceptable. Okay. All good. Okay, like, so choose short one, like walking, dancing. Okay, like, brain question. Okay, like a quick one. Brain has three main parts. Cerebellum, the largest part, cerebellum, the back, the lower back part, and medulla oblongata. So cerebellum is to control voluntary action, the largest part, and it's folded. Remember, folded. Why folded? That's to increase surface area to store more neurons. Okay. Just the first layer is folded, by the way. That's what we call the gray matter. The inner part is the white matter that is not folded. Okay. Cerebellum is to control body balance and muscle movement. You realize that the function is very similar to proprioceptors. Yes. Hence, cerebellum is the boss of proprioceptors. Okay. Medulla oblongata is to control involuntary action, means things that you cannot take control, like the internal part, breathing, blood pressure, heartbeat, food digestion, peristalsis, coughing, sneezing, vomiting. These are the things that you cannot take control of. Autopilot. Yeah? Okay, like quickly, we shall try out question 7, page 30 lah, everyone, shall we? Page 30. Okay? Can? All right, so like, can you start with A and B? Very simple and straightforward. I'll give you probably 10 seconds. Please write it down now. And boxes, the answers are given. And please write down the function as well from the front. Okay, function as well. No problem, everyone? Okay, so Q is cerebellum, R is medulla oblongata. If you don't mind, you can write P also, cerebrum, and then the function for Q is to control body balance and muscular activity. For R will be, medulla is control involuntary action. Okay, right, next page, let's go. What is the part that protects human brain? Like your brain is protected by cranium. A lot of people might be thinking, hey, can I write skull? I suggest don't write skull. Skull is like actually skull is the whole thing, you know, including your cheekbone all the way down to your teeth. Like the whole head is called the skull, you know, like the skull as the skull. Cranium is just the top part of your head. So I suggest you write cranium instead. Okay, skull is just something I to tell you like the common name of your bones of your head. It's called a skull. Okay, so you should write cranium instead. Okay, right, next one. Why is the wall of part P? Part P is a cerebrum, the largest part, is highly folded. They're very common question. If they ask brain one, they like to ask why folded, increase surface area. Okay. Your question not same as us. Nani? 什么 question not same 啊？有第七题嘛？30面第七题。 哪一个 not same 啊？ Angeline, which one? Or you are using the MCO one? Is it? Oh, YOLO. Wish me low. No, this one is the new book already, you know, the 2, 3, 4, and Form 5 Chapter 1. Jajun. I think she's, yeah. 哇，金慧，你懂她哦，她也是讲她看 question 6嘞。哇，你很懂嘞哦。他讲什么？他说 Sorry, sorry, I see Q6。然后你就写 I think she is at Q6。哎，你们在同一间屋子啊？lol。OK，来，what was I saying? D 啊。哦，cause you also look at Q6。哎，金辉 and Zilin。If you all don't say, I thought two of you best friends. Okay, 来 E. Which part of PQR? Do you all copy already? The highly folded, this one. Sorry if I skip too fast. Okay, like which PQR will cause a person to become blind and deaf if the part is injured? Now, blind and deaf, it's actually all your senses, right? Blind and deaf is actually your senses. So, according to this question, your choices are just P, Q, and R. So, hence, of course, the largest part of your brain that controls your sensory, which is part P. Okay, but since we are here, why not? Let's just quickly go through the injury as well. Okay, to be specific, at your part P, which is cerebrum, there are specific parts to control different types of senses. So I would say the common question to ask is always vision and memory. So you must know the position also. Vision is right behind. Okay, memory is right at the front part. Other you free, you memorize, no free, then no memorize lah. Okay, so that's to be specific. Okay, but anyway, the question now is just purely asking the choices of PQR, so you have no other question, no other answers to write, but to write part P. Okay, next, you have to write down PQR that controls the activity. So obviously this is about balancing and body coordination. It has to be a cerebellum. I suggest you write the alphabet instead of the words. So cerebellum is part Q. And I think this is drinking water. Drinking water should be part P. Voluntary. Okay. Okay, next one. G. What happened to a man with a spinal cord injured? Ayah, easy lah. Hiya. Spinal cord is paralysis that connects all the nerves to your brain. If your nerves are injured, then that's it lah. You cannot do any action or you cannot give any reaction as well. So paralysis. Okay, human brain is made out of gray matter. Like which part? Like I've showed you later just now. The first part, the first layer, the folded part is actually called gray matter, and the inner part is actually all the brain juice, like tofu fa like that, that is actually the white matter. So question now is asking what is the name of the part that makes up the gray layer. So of course you're not gonna write gray layer, hello, right? Question one's the name. A bit rare that we will see this. Okay, I think it's okay to learn now and remember. It's called cerebral cortex. Answer for E is part P. Yes, Mei Qi, part P. Okay, cerebrum, 大脑, control senses. Blind and deaf belongs to senses. So, yeah. Okay, cerebral cortex. Okay, after you all write this already, cerebral cortex, you'll come back to your notes as well. You all write here as well, just in case. Cerebral cortex. Okay. No problem. Okay, nice. Done. I think we're up for hormone. Yay, the second half actually, but also last already. Hormones. Okay, you know what, everyone? I would like you to write down all the names of the gland beside the picture and the name of the hormone. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, adrenal is not labeled. Let's label together. Adrenal and T. Wait, is this male or female? These two poor little raisins. I think ayo, 陰公咯. I think where is the batang actually? Wait. Okay, if it's female, I'm pretty sure female ovary, bigger one, transgender. Lol. The raisin is still there, but the batang no more already. Okay, I think female is more obvious like that one. So that one, I think purely it's just two little poor raisins, dry ones, dry one. Okay, two poor little raisins. Male, this is a male. Can you write female also? Just for practice purposes, can you write female part as well? Like everyone, do it now. 10 seconds for you. Please write down the name of the gland and write down the name of the hormone right beside it. Okay, starting with Q, pituitary gland, and then write down the name of the hormones. I'll give you maybe 20 seconds now, okay? Done. Okay, I assume you check from the front also. I don't have to like mention one by one. But I mean, this helps you to remember. At least we do it now, then you have to try out yourself. So all the glands, there is 6 glands by the way. 3 of them has the word glands. Another 3 more doesn't have the word gland. If you check out the front, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, ovary, testis. And the hormone as well, help yourself. Okay, no problem, everyone. Then we start the question already. A quick function of each since we're talking about this. So for pituitary, right? It's the big boss. Do you remember there's a special name for it? It's called the master gland. It's called the master gland. That means master gland is actually to control the other gland. Because you big boss there, you better take care of the younger one, the smaller one. So you control the secretion of other hormones. Okay, and also it helps you to grow. So the hormone is called growth hormone. And the function is actually to stimulate growth. Okay, thyroid gland, thyroxine, that's to control metabolic rate. Adrenal is adrenaline, that's to control or prepare you for emergency. Pancreas is insulin, you can ignore glucagon, rarely question will ask. That's to control your blood sugar level. Very important. This one I'll tell you. Make sure you remember insulin is to control blood sugar level in your body. So ovary has 2 hormones. Make sure you spell correctly. Wrong spelling is wrong. You can't argue about it. Testis is testosterone. Okay, so that's to control male, the male gender, the characteristics of male, characteristics of female. Okay, so like question A, everyone, shall we? Why are the endocrine gland known as gland without ducts? Without ducts, it's called a ductless gland, by the way. The question is asking why? Why you call ductless? Why call ductless? Like ductless gland? Why? Why duct? Because the hormones are not secreted through their ducts. Instead, directly into the bloodstream. That's why we call it ductless gland. There you go. That's your answer. Of course, you don't start with because because cannot be the because because cannot be the first word lah. So you shall write the hormones are not secreted through ducts. Instead, secretes directly into the bloodstream. Okay, instead secretes directly into the bloodstream. Okay, no problem, everyone. Easy. Okay, let's go. Next one. Question B. What is the function of gland Q? Gland Q, Q is what? Q is pituitary, everyone. The function, function of pituitary to control the secretion of hormones from other glands. Okay? Or if you want something short, you can actually just write to stimulate growth. Okay, to stimulate growth. That means to make you grow. Or you copy exactly as this one. Control the secretion of hormone from other glands. Okay, everyone. Okay, like next, give one, C. State the hormone that is produced by gland R. By the way, gland R is called thyroid. See, when you can write all the hormones and gland by yourself, right? This question is actually half easier. Spellings are correct, and then you're sure that each of them has individual hormones. So repeating, just repeating answers. So here you go. Please write that down. Okay. R will be thyroxine. Okay. Give one function of hormone produced by gland S. So by the way, you already know gland S is the pancreas. Pancreas hormone is called insulin, but the question is asking for function of insulin. Don't play, I tell you. Insulin, right, controls the blood sugar level in the body. Controls the blood sugar level in the body. Okay. All right. Here you go. Next one. Name hormone secreted by gland T. See, no problem. Gland T is the resins. The hormone, it's called testosterone. Don't spell wrongly. Spell wrongly, then wrong. Okay, and give one effect if T does not produce sufficient, not enough. Okay, not enough, then we copy this one. Not enough means under secretion. Under secretion for testosterone is this one. Okay, of course, behind you can write in male. In male. Secondary sexual characteristics fail to develop normally in male. So this answer very nice to use one. You see all 6 of them repeat answer one. You just have to write male in male or in female, then can tell. Okay, everyone. That means what? That means if boys, your testosterone not enough, means your progesterone might be, the female hormone might be higher a bit, then you feel like, you want to be a girl, or generally just that you have underdeveloped sexual characteristics. Okay, no problem, everyone. Okay, question F. Name the gland that secretes hormone when a person is in danger. Emergency lah. Name the wait. Hormone or gland? Name the gland. Be careful. Like which is adrenal gland. Now, in terms of emergency, it basically means like danger or fear or like horror, you know, or like you get angry. All these are under adrenal gland. Okay, no problem. All right, adrenal gland. Okay, I think we can do one more, question 9, then we zao already. Question 9, last, everyone. Okay, gland are known as master gland. Why? Question is asking why. Ayo, why? Why you call master? Because you have to take care of others. Asking for function actually. Again, asking for function. Okay. Actually, the question changed the answer same one. Okay. Why we call tai lo? You call me tai lo, you have to take care of everyone else. Okay. No problem, everyone. Okay. A farmer suffering from goiter, tai keng bao goiter, your neck swollen, the thyroid problem, remember? Suggest one way that can be taken by the farm. I think one like type of food that can be taken. Well, everyone knows that thyroid gland requires what? Requires iodine to work, right? So if you not enough iodine, then not enough thyroxine, not enough thyroxine, then thyroid gland angry, then bengkak, swollen. Okay, so it's about the iodine thingy. Can repeat A ma? Can. Function Jingjia. Function of tai lo, why we call master gland? Because if I call you master Jingjia, you have to take care of me. You have to take care of the rest. Okay? Can? Tai lo Jingjia. Okay. Like I think we should say instead of you I know it's called seafood, right? You might be thinking, oh, seafood, but I think we should write like the nutrient first. Then only you write example. So consume food that is rich in iodine. Like number B, consume food that is rich in iodine. Then if you want to write seafood, lah. No, right, nothing. But the main point here is to say the iodine. Consume food that is rich in iodine, such as seafood. Such as seafood, everyone, for question B. Question C. One reason in B, why? Why must eat iodine? Because iodine can help you make more thyroxine. Because thyroxine requires iodine to work, you know. Okay, so you can write it helps to like increase the production. Okay, this is how we write. This food can increase the production of thyroxine hormone in the thyroid gland. Everyone in your chat box, you make more thyroxine by eating more insulin. Insulin, I mean iodine. Wing, sorry, wing, I wing already. Okay, then we have 2 more questions. Next page. Okay, okay, Mo, next one. Now, gland T function to secrete hormone X. Gland T, what? Gland T is so blur. I think it's a pancreas, so it should be the insulin. Gland T secretes hormone X, which is insulin. Okay, gland T is pancreas. Okay, secretes insulin. Explain briefly how failure of gland T means pancreas fail to produce insulin may cause someone suffering diabetes. So asking for how, it's not asking for the disease though. Now 2 marks. First thing first, if you cannot produce insulin, means your conversion of sugar is very lousy. Okay, conversion of sugar is very lousy. And then you have extra sugar, then therefore you get diabetes. So this is more like a bit more detailed explanation. So it looks like that, everyone in the chat box. Yeah, stick together already. Wait, insulin hormone cannot be produced sufficiently. If because question says failure, what happened? Then you might say, oh, insulin cannot produce sufficiently to stimulate the conversion of glucose into glycogen in liver. So glucose is sugar. Extra sugar will change to glycogen, which is like a temporarily, like a backup sugar for your muscle. It keeps in liver. So suddenly, if you need the energy, your liver will release the glycogen. So therefore, the level of glucose in the blood increases. If you don't convert, glucose stays as glucose, then GG, you got a lot of sugar in your body. Okay. And then last one. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Last one, shall we? One, Shakila has involved in road accident. She has to undergo a surgery to remove both organ V. What is V? V is, oh no, ovary. Okay, remove both ovary. Okay. Predict what effect will happen after surgery. Oh, okay, 1 mark only lah. Now, if you remove ovary, you might think, oh, secondary sexual characteristics fail to Nah, it's one Shakila lah. I think she's an adult lah, so no longer affect her secondary sexual characteristics. You know, she's already gone through her puberty, I guess, right? So you can't actually write that now. So since she is auntie liao, we should actually just say that, you know, she's unable to have children because she has already gone through the process of puberty. Now it's just you can't produce eggs and you can't actually get pregnant. Okay, so as simple as possible, everyone just have to write she will be unable to have children. Okay, she will be unable to have children. Okay, nice. We finished chapter 2 already, everyone. Good job, good job, good job. 1 chapter. Okay, I need the same book next week with chapter 3. Okay, everyone, I'll use this for a month. Yeah, we will still use the same book. Okay, those who are having exam, wish you the best. All right, last few days, and those who do not have exam, have a good weekend. And everyone have a good weekend. I will see you the next week. All right, bye bye, people.